I guess
That's all?
Yeah.
Okay, very funny.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, Planet of the Apes is playing all over. And believe it or not, it's still number one. But quick movie review before we get to the topic. It's going up against Purge. Purge number 2. You saw it yesterday, right?
Yep. I just saw it. Hey, it reminded me of a lot of Escape from New York.
Okay.
You know, they play it in a bigger field, all right? So it's not as corny as, I guess, Escape from New York, but that's what made Escape from New York funny, all right? It had an edge to it that they weren't taking themselves too seriously. And also in this movie, they didn't do like The Walking Dead, take themselves so seriously that you were too afraid to see it. So it was right on the border. So, you know, like they say, give or take, you can see, you cannot, I would say wait. But if you have nothing to do and you got a free time on a weekend, then you could probably go see it. But otherwise, don't waste the $8.50.
Okay, that pretty much does it.
Yeah, AMC now in matinees, $8.50.
But that's pretty amazing, you know, that they came out so fast with this movie. Didn't they just? Wasn't
The
the Purge? Didn't it just come out last year?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the fastest turnaround I've seen in a movie in
Well, it's sort of like Insidious. You know, it's like they got a franchise. Let's continue with it. Let's see how far we can ride this horse till it dies.
Yeah, well, I saw a low budget movie like that costs only $5 to $10 million, and it makes like 25, 30 million in that same weekend. By Monday, they're making the phone calls. Okay, I'll get everybody together again. We're going to rush and do production for number 2 as fast as possible. We're not even going to wait till the year.
Yeah, while we're in the theater, we'll start doing number 3.
Yeah, exactly.
The first one had Ethan Hawke, you know, at least somebody that, you know, an actor everybody can recognize, an actor people have seen. But this one, the actors we don't know, basically.
Yeah, you don't know any of them, but they're like a better, tighter acting group. They all did their parts, but it's just that it's like they didn't want to cross the line. It's almost like this movie could have been done for television. That's what I'm saying. There was no edge there.
Really?
The movie was good. You know, they would show you in the clips, oh, this is really going to get scary, you know, it's really butchering time, but it's not. They didn't get to the level of like Walking Dead. Now, if they would have crossed that line, hell, I would have said, yeah, go out there, man. These guys crossed the line like walking, like the zombie movie, the first zombie movie that came out with Roger Corman.
Right.
The Night of the Living Dead,
right.
Where they're eating guts and trail. George Romero, where they're eating entrails and they're hacking arms. They didn't cross that line.
Okay.
Oh, so I mean, just a couple of snippets in the editing room, they could have got away with a PG-13.
Yeah. I think
stay home.
I think exactly. If they would have, I think they were afraid to cross the line. I said if they would have like had somebody's hand hacked off, you know, really see that.
Where was Z? I mean, anybody who's saying on Netflix finally had the unrated version.
Yeah.
You see the girl getting her hand cut off in the PG-13 version.
Yep.
You hear the sound. But you don't see the actual physical cut. And actually, the difference between that is 7 minutes of editing. You know, they cut down 7 minutes, and the rated R went down to PG-13. I'll do editing, of course. But you were going to add something to that?
Right. Sorry, I wanted to ask you.
No, go ahead.
Did you like the first one better than the second one? That's really the key thing.
Well,
they're actually 2 different movies, right?
Yeah, they're 2 different movies. Okay. The other one was more out in the open. You know, like I said, it was Escaping New York. You have your like Snake Plissken. And he's walking through New York with the people, like his entourage, and he has to get him from point A to point B.
Right.
This was on the streets, where the first one, it was in
the house.
It was in the house.
You know, it could have been like a Seinfeld episode. It might as well have been a Seinfeld episode.
I didn't like the first one, and I couldn't care less about the second one. So,
wow.
You know, for anybody, I mean, I'm curious. I probably get. I did see the first one. I couldn't see it on Netflix, and so it's not a movie.
Yeah. Just wait.
Right. Now you were just saying what happened with the matinees. It was $8. Now it's $8.50.
Yeah. It used to be
out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Before matinees were at $8. This ain't AMC. You know, if you live in New York, you know about this. Before noon, it's $8. Now it's $8.50.
Right in the middle.
They always play this game. Yeah, they always play this game. Right in the middle of summer, they play this game. The theaters. I don't know how they're going to exist any much longer. They play this game. They either jack up the price $50, or they'll like wait till they'll put it like around 11:30 when the first showing of the blockbuster comes out. So then you don't get it from matinee.
It's funny you mentioned AMC. Like I said, I mentioned about the blog that we have at the beginning of the show, and there was an article I put that at the last minute. I think it was Thursday or Friday, and it was an article interview with the general manager of AMC, and his quote was, there's no more bodies coming in through the door. His official quote, meaning that the audience is dying out. He even admitted it, and the 3D is out, IMAX, these are gimmicks and stuff, and the audience are catching up to this. And unless it's like a really big movie, like Transformers did a lot of money, 3D IMAX, but it's the gimmick, okay? And a footnote with Transformers, this is all the propaganda and stuff like that, hyping a movie where there's no actual belief in it, meaning that they're bragging about China. It made over 262 million. Again, is the #1 picture in China, and it beat Avatar record, was the record holder.
Right.
But if you go to boxofficemojo.com, and the figures are right there. Take away the China money market, okay, and take away how much money it made. Take away the 262 million that it made in China away from the official box office worldwide, 700 million. The picture actually only made $500 million worldwide, which means the Transformers 4 picture is the worst out of the whole franchise.
Nice.
Okay. Now going back to what I was saying with AMC, the AMC is noticing this. Okay, the audience is really not there. The studio said, "Oh well, Transformers did 700 million." Yeah, but the other Transformers, the last one, #3, made $1 billion by 4 weeks. Same running time, meaning within the 4 weeks, the Transformers 3 made $1 billion. 4 weeks, Transformers out, it only has made $700 million. The audience is just not going. Okay.
I mean, is it because of that, or the movies are so long? So it becomes an event in and of itself. Before you could see the studios could pack more movies in. If you have 1 3-hour movie, how many times can you show that within a day? 5, 6 times. But if you have a 2-hour movie or an hour and a half, you can show more showings of that movie and therefore get more people to see it.
But it's funny. Evidently, movies used to start around like noon time or 10. Evidently, they're starting like 8. Nowadays, like if it's a blockbuster, they'll start at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock in the morning. And they'll start they'll put it out on Thursday or Wednesday at midnight.
Right.
Even 11:30, just to try to pack more.
But then you get more showings at 3-hour movies, of course. That's what you're going to have to do. That's the only way to get the numbers up.
Yeah, even then, I don't think it's working. I think that they've gone to the well one too many times on some of these movies, especially some of these movies.
Probably they're not really trying to sell to us here in the United States. Probably they're trying to get it outside the United States, where they don't need to have a lot of dialogue. They just need to have action. Doesn't matter the dialogue, because they're going to dub it no matter what. Right? And so for now, the United States, before where it was the dominant part of the box office, we don't have to be. You have 200 million in China, 100 million in Japan, 150 million in Europe. Boom, you're a hit.
That's going to be the case. Why don't you just film it in another country?
Right. And let's forget about it.
Just save money. Film it in another country.
And keep it over there.
Wasn't Transformer? Didn't they have screen shots in China?
I don't know.
Yeah. It was in China. In China. He wanted to film on location, and in that respect, I can see that because it does show in the movie. I will give Transformers the benefit of the doubt. You could tell it's actually in China. We said this before, Wolverine, when he went to Japan, it looked like it was filmed in somebody's backyard. I mean, even some scenes that were filmed in Japan, it looked like it was green screen, blue screen. I mean, that was a waste of money, and it's just because the director, didn't know what he was doing. I mean, that was really poorly filmed. Cinematography really sucked, and of course, that movie bombed. But who cares about that? Transformers, Michael Bay, trying to be authentic. He going to on location and stuff like that. Mainly because he wanted to kiss China's ass. I mean, good for him. Yeah,
but you got to. I mean, this is a big market. You can't knock it anymore. It's not going to make it here in the States. People are not going out to the movies the same way they were.
It's that
you got to go out there.
Yeah, it's an awful experience to go to a movie theater. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Well, for me, my bad experience, I always support the movie house, the theater, cinema. I always support it. Is when you go in the theater, and this happened to Pascal, especially last summer, I said this, and that's what really got me all boiled up, that I walk in on a Friday, the picture was called RIPD, Rest in Peace Department, okay, with Jeff Bridges.
Oh, that was terrible.
I walked in, and I'm the only one sitting there on a 7 o'clock Friday night showing opening weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, look, this is not fun. I could have stayed home and waited for Netflix. I saw it because I had to do a review for the show.
Right.
I waited until it came on DVD.
Yeah,
and I still couldn't take it.
Yeah, I mean, besides the film being really bad, my theater going experience is I want to go and have fun with the audience cheering, laughter. It's
forget that. Those days are over.
You look that way. Let's get to the phone caller. Hello, you're on the air.
All right, go.
Well, I gotta admit, you're consistent and you are loyal. Thank you for calling in. Hey.
Yeah, man.
Consistent. You got
You might as well just forget it. Give up that phone. Get rid of it. Get rid of get rid of that line. That service contract's no good. Get rid of that burner phone, whatever you're using.
And okay, we want to
and like you were saying, wait until stuff goes online. I'm seeing more films like that film you were talking about the other day with Chris Everett. What was it called? Icebreaker? Snowpiercer. Now I see it's still in the theaters, right? And you could also see it on Vudu or
a video on demand.
Video on demand. It's amazing.
What happened with that? The film was huge in Europe, about $300 million.
Wow.
And the Weinsteins wanted the film cut down. The writer, producer, the director especially says, no, I'm not going to cut the film down. I said, you know what? We're only going to open in a couple select theaters. And then we're not going to do any advertising, so we're going to dump the movie out of spite.
Wow.
A very bad way of doing business. But the movie is getting a really huge cult following on video on demand. Okay,
Yep.
so the movie is having a second life. So it's not all about movie house anymore.
Nope.
A lot of people, we said in the last show, a lot of people are staying home and binging on show after show. One of my partners, she sat down and saw 2 seasons of Orange is the New Black.
Right.
She spent the whole night checking one episode. She spent the whole weekend in front of the laptop checking out the show. Okay, video demand is going to be the second generation of movie going, where some of us are complaining about the cinema experience, and that's taking over. And I just want to say one more thing. We're going to be back in 2 weeks. We're running out of time. We're going to be back in 2 weeks. The Guardians of the Galaxy, am I saying that? I'm getting tongue-tied?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
The whole cast is going to be on Jimmy Kimmel's show this Monday. Vin Diesel and everybody, okay? Check that out. And we didn't get a chance to review a show, a movie called Life Itself by Roger Ebert. People say, are you critics? No, we are film fans. We're fanboys. We love all these movies. Unfortunately, a lot of it is just Hollywood just doesn't get it.
Nope.
They're not listening. Yeah, they're not listening to us fanboys over here. But
Anyway,
anyway,
working on the formula. That's what they're doing.
yeah, Roger Ebert is a really good film, Life Itself. I'll talk more about that on Black Talk Radio. We're going to be back in 2 weeks, Guardians of the Galaxy. I'd like to thank myself for showing up and get recertified in Express Studio. We all took classes today. We all passed. Yeah. And
The graduation was great.
we all got
my applause.
We all got through it. Yes, and I'd like to thank Jay for coming over. We met at the class, and we got in tune. We love movies, and I invited him. I'd like to thank him so much for coming on. Hopefully, we'd like to see you more. Mark, you've always been there.
Thank you.
This month is official. We've been out for 24 years. I started the show 24 years ago.
Wow, that takes
24 years ago, this month, July, and hopefully we'll do one more year for our 25th year. Everybody who tried to call couldn't get through, sorry about that. There is a live show, we do take phone calls. Everybody, regardless,
Get better service.
You tune in, you watch us. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, and you guys have been loyal and faithful, and thank you so much for supporting the show.
Thanks.
We'll see you in 2